Good evening to all the viewers of our short conversation, Convo Shots. This evening we have a guest, a very senior journalist, Bapuu Naraayannkar. Welcome to the chat, sir.
Namaskar, Mahendrakar.
Welcome, sir. Welcome. So, my first question to you tonight is Siddharth Pithani, who happened to be a former creative manager of a famous actor Sushant Singh Rajput, has been arrested this afternoon in Hyderabad. With regarding to the drug case, deal, how many more arrests do you think will happen? I mean, will be followed after this?
First, we have to understand that this
Mm-hmm.
arrest has been made by the NCB, not CBI.
Mm.
However, it is very interesting coincidence that the drug regulator has arrested Siddharth Pithani a couple of days after the taking over of Subodh Kumar Jaiswal as CBI chief. Um, as CBI chief, who has differences with the Uddhav Thackeray led government in Maharashtra. He was DGP of Maharashtra and was overseeing the Vasuli scam. He had also investigated the Elgar Parishad and Bhima Koregaon violence cases. Jaiswal was also at the helm of the probe in the Abdul Karim Telgi stamp paper scam and was a part of the Mumbai ATS that probed 2006 Malegaon bomb blast case. Therefore, he knows Maharashtra and its leaders pretty well, and hence one is not surprised over Pithani's arrest after taking charge as CBI chief. Now, coming to your question, how many will be arrested? That was the question you asked. Let me remind you, Mahendrakar, that Rhea Chakraborty, her brother Shovik, and SSR's house staff have been arrested by NCB. They are out on bail, but they are still under investigation. They have not been given any clean chit. The agency had also questioned many celebrities of the film industry. You should remember Deepika Padukone and others, and some of them have also been arrested. The fact that Pithani has been arrested clearly shows that the NCB must have gathered some more evidence in this case. Now, who is Pithani? He is one of the four people who was present in the Mumbai flat when Sushant Singh Rajput was found hanging from a ceiling fan in his room on June 14 last year. Pithani had been previously questioned multiple times by the Mumbai Police and CBI in connection with SSR's death. He had even accused Rhea Chakraborty of splurging money of Sushant Singh Rajput, which had led to a media frenzy and speculation after his death. Now, there are some serious questions in Sushant Singh Rajput's death case, like why was the door of his room not opened immediately if there was an urgency to see what is inside the room? What was the hurry to open the door and lower the body when his sister was 10 minutes away, because Pithani was the one who had lowered the body, which is a criminal offense. And why did Mumbai police not look into how this death took place? Why was there no stool? These are very serious questions and can only be answered through a proper investigation. So, the arrest of Pithani and his interrogation by NCB in coming days may help the investigation of CBI into the Sushant Singh Rajput's death case, because the NCB, this is very important, you must note this point, because the NCB had identified one Dubai based Sahil Shah as the prime suspect. So, Mahendrakar, I expect some more arrests to take place in this case in coming days.
Okay, going forward, Mr. Naraynkar, I mean, it's almost a year since the death of Mr. Rajput. I mean, shouldn't he have been arrested earlier itself? Why such a delay?
It is a very interesting thing, and also it also hurts many of the people. But this is because of our tardy system. Unfortunately, just underline this fact, unfortunately, even a section of the media were trying to obstruct the investigation by spreading fake news and supporting Rhea Chakraborty to cover up the big names of Bollywood whose names were cropping up during the investigations. In other countries, stringent actions are taken against drug consumers and peddlers, but in India, they are such people are arrested and given bail. Therefore, the Sushant Singh Rajput case is pulling on and on. By now, questions like what is the connection between Disha Salian and Sushant Singh Rajput's death cases? Why was the CCTV was removed? What are the contents of hard disk which was taken away from Sushant Singh Rajput's house? Why Rhea Chakraborty left Sushant Singh Rajput's house days before he died? These questions should have been answered by now. This Parambir Singh, the former Mumbai Police Commissioner, wanted to cover up, but the wheel of time has come to the earlier position. Now we have Mr. Jaiswal as CBI chief, who has serious differences with Uddhav Thackeray government. So it is a good development, but because of the tardiness of our system, Pithani was not arrested a year back. This is my reply to your question.
Okay. Thanks a lot for giving us the insight, about the arrest of Siddhant Pithani with regard to the death of Mr. Sushant Singh Rajput. So we thank you once again for coming live with us for our chat show. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you, Mahendrakar. Thanks for coming. Thanks for hosting me continuously, day in and day out. I am very much. I very much express my gratitude to you. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram.
Jai Hind, sir. Jai Hind.
Jai Hind.